Okay, you've taken my spot, girl. That's nice. Can I move over a little bit? Can you move over? Yeah, okay. Just don't chew on me, okay? That's all I ask. That's really all I ask right now. Oh god. Okay. Oh god, okay. Welcome back to a new devlog. I'm not sure this is going to be a really long one. There just wasn't a whole lot done that I can really share. Mostly a lot of background work, but I'll share what I definitely can. So, last week, I did speak about a new NPC system. So I'm going to get into that a bit because I didn't really explain what that system does. So, what this system is doing is it's taking a set number of NPCs and moving them around the map with the player. This one does improve the performance as there's actually less NPCs on the map, but it will make it feel like there's more NPCs on the map than there actually are. These NPCs are going to be doing different things as the player moves from section to section of the map. Okay. Usually they'll just be randomly walking around, but there will be... Why are you pushing on me? There will be some... You're biting me now. Okay. There will be some that are working or standing around and talking with each other. I'm not a chew toy. Okay. Okay, I'm a chew toy right now. You haven't chewed on me in forever. Okay. So moving on to the battles, I am working on migrating the battles over to a slightly new system as well. You're chewing on me again. Okay. 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 Yes. Yes. And okay, cool. Yeah, just chew on that. That's fine. Anyway, moving the battle systems over to a slightly different system. This is just helping me make broad changes across the battle system all at once without having to go to individual battles. I've also been able to change the battle transition effects. That feels really weird. Okay. Cool. This was all moved to in-engine. Before I was using a plugin, so moving it to actual in-engine allows me to trim some of the fat so the engine doesn't have to process nearly as much as it was. I'm also currently changing some of the battle transitions for Chapter 9, which are going to be more of a narrative change to show that the stakes have really risen and the evolution of our main party. Your brother is sitting over here being the sweetest boy in the world, and you are actually being the goddess of nightmares. So your name fits you, doesn't it? Okay. I think she's calmed down now. Alright. As far as chapter long coming along, it is a shorter chapter, so it shouldn't take me too long to get that one done. I'm spending the first part of this week with migrating all the fights over. So chapter 2 should only take, or chapter 9. You're chewing. Go get Bunny. I think you're only doing this because there's a camera there. Where were we? Oh. Okay. Anyway, I spent the first part of this week migrating the fights over, or getting Chapter 9's fights ready. So, not a lot has actually been done with the story progression, ouch, in Chapter 9. Jesus Christ. This is... Okay, I think she's done. Never mind, she came back. Okay, so where were we? We're still setting up Chapter 9, basically. And you're chewing on me again. I think I'm actually going to stop here for a moment, because I think I think this one needs to go outside and use the bathroom. So, you want to go use the bathroom? Okay. You want to go use the bathroom? Let's go use the bathroom. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Zag. You guys go to the bathroom? Are you gonna attack me some more? I'd very much like not to be attacked. Oh. We're on it. Okay. So, I want to talk a little bit about the roller coaster ride that is game development. And I'm sure this happens with pretty much every large-scale project out there. I'm going to be honest with you. There is a script written for this, but with Malinaway here, I don't think I'm going to be able to read it much, so I might have to go off of memory on this. So this may be a little disconjointed, just a bit. So anyway, as I was trying to say here, with a lot of large-scale projects, there are ebbs and flows. Game development is absolutely no different. You know, when I finished making Vita Rift of a Nation, right before it went out, I had already started thinking about what I wanted to do with the Ember Oracle. You're using me as a lick toy again. There's nothing on my hands, girl. There's nothing on my hands. Okay, you're pushing me over. You're... Are you good? Are you good? Can I finish my story? Yeah? Yeah? No? Okay. 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 So, as I was saying, I'd already started thinking about the Ember Oracle, what I wanted to do with it, and where the characters, or who the characters are going to be, what the setting was going to be. And this all happens well before you even finished the project you're working on. So, as you can imagine, with me being so close to finishing off the story portion of the Ember Oracle, I'm already thinking about the fourth game and things that I want to do with it, what the characters' names are going to be. Don't chew me. You know, Bunny is right there. Bunny's literally right there. You can chew on Bunny. You use it. Oh, God. And now your sister's getting in on this. She's going to knock something over. Okay. So as I was saying, I've already started thinking about Vita 4. Oh my God. Okay. All three of you in a tiny spot is no good, especially seeing your sister doesn't move very well. Okay, she moved pretty well there. So, take 3, I guess. I started thinking about the 4th Vita game, honestly, about a month ago. Things that I wanted to do with it, what the characters' names are going to be, what a lot of their personalities are going to be. Haven't done any writing yet. Nothing within engine is being done. It's mostly just a lot of ideation right now. So, there's just... I can't say that game development is a short process, which I'm sure a lot of you already know. My games usually take about 2 to 2.5 years to finish off, even though I do start working on them, like I said, roughly chapters 7 and 8 on the project I'm already working on, so I start thinking about the next one. So, in all reality, it's like a 3-year process to finish a game. And when I started the Ember Oracle, I was excited. It was just nothing but excitement. All these cool things I was going to do, and how the fire was going to work out, and how the characters were going to talk to each other, and these cheesy one-liners, because every story's got its one-liner. Like, every person has their one-liner. But I was just excited. And then you sit down, you start writing out the dialogue, you start writing out the script, and honestly, writing is one of the best parts when it comes to making a game. It's just endless fun. Even though you're going to have to rewrite like a million times, it's still really fun to build the world through just these words, and sometimes make things a bit more cohesive, or fill in gaps, or whatever it may be, moving scenes around. I really enjoy that kind of stuff. And then you start working on your back, and you're looking. Where is... Look. What if I give you... Here. Oh. Here's your round thing. There you go. Are you happy? No? You want me to have the round... I'm not taking the round thing. Put that here. Okay. So. Okay. I'm just gonna start chewing on the walls again or something. So where were we? So anyway, you start working on the graphics. For me, one of the first things I start working on is maps. And that's the first place where you really hit the when is this going to end? This particular game doesn't have nearly as many maps as Rift of a Nation. And in some ways I thought that was going to be a good thing, but it kind of backfired in many ways, which is why we had to do so much optimization to... Boy, what are you doing? Okay. That's why we had to do so much optimization with... Don't sit on that. Okay. With the game to make sure that it's running well. Eventually, you get past that, you start putting the whole thing together. Playtesting is another thing that's like... You find all the tiny mistakes that you've made, and it's just like, when is this going to end? And then you get past that. And then you get the story portion of the project done. You start working on all the smaller stuff. It's not really small, it's more some serious gameplay stuff, but it doesn't feel as grandiose because you can work on it in bits. You know, a little bit here, a little bit there, and it all adds up to this one thing, where when you're working on the story, you've got to get so much done in so much amount of time, and it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere sometimes, but you know you are. With the later half of stuff, you know that tweaking a number here, changing a skill order there, switching AI here, it will... It all adds up to something big. But then you get to the end when you do get to the end of the story part, when your characters, your cast, their story is done, they've come to the end, it's kind of bittersweet. Like, I've spent about a year and a half, maybe a little bit more than a year and a half on these characters, and having them have to say goodbye to the people they love or finishing their fight, it got kind of sad, actually. Same thing happened with Rift of a Nation. You know, it's their story was done. Their big portion of the overarching story was all done, and it's like, you spend so long with these, fictional characters that you've written, you've built their personalities and everything else about them, and they start feeling a little bit more like companions than anything, and then they're just, it's done. It's just done. And as happy as I am that I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as far as putting the story together and getting all the story events done, the side quests done, it's still kind of sad. It's still a little sad. And then I say the next biggest part when it comes to finishing the project proper, because even after release, the project isn't done. You still have to support it. You have to do bug fixes here and there. No matter how much testing you do, there's always something that's going to need to be fixed. But the next biggest oh my god moment is the day of release. You set up your whatever ad campaign that you can, you get the word out, you have it uploaded and ready to go on Steam or the Epic Game Store, wherever it is that you're releasing it, and right before you hit that publish button, that release button, there's just like this huge knot that just comes into your throat. But that's actually the easiest part of the entire thing, because the knot goes away pretty fast, and once it's published, it's out there, and you know that all the sleepless nights and the wishing this thing was done, days where you don't want to work on it, days where you can't wait to work on it, that it all comes down to pressing that one button, and it is one of the best feelings in the world. But it's terrifying when you know that you've taken this piece of art that you've spent years on, and it's now out there in the wild. And I assume movie production is a lot like this as well. I mean, I've done tiny things with some short films, but I've never been the director or one of the writers that was there from beginning to end, so there's only so much you can contribute to that. But with this, my own project, I assume that, this is what making movies is like as well. And it's just it's a lot. But I enjoy it. And I think even the big studios are the same way, that there may be delays because something in the system broke, or the team is just so burnt out that they need to take a week or two off, so they did, which means the game gets delayed sometimes by a week or two. So I just thought I'd share that little bit about, and you're back, you have a ball. I'd share that little bit about game development with you. It is still raining outside. We can't, and your brother's scared of the rain. We can't go outside and play fetch. Okay. I'm gonna do something with these two, or these three, because their older sister looks like she's ready to start getting into... What are you sniffing at? Okay, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys with another devlog next week. Come on, guys. You're doing too much. Come on.